Let's go. All on you, Matty. You're going to talk.
You gonna do it?
Go on. Are you looking at me?
There we go.
On. Oh, hey, there we go. That's better.
All the pressure of who's going to talk first as soon as we hit record.
Coffee sip.
So we're going to talk about some news. I want to know, just to start off quite controversial, should we continue to play Michael Jackson's music on the radio? Ooh. Regardless of whether he did it or not.
This has been a controversial month. Do you not think it's been the month of documentaries where we've had Michael Jackson, we've had the whole Madeleine McCann thing come out and pretty much.
I hated the Madeleine McCann.
I'm surprised.
Have you seen any of it?
Yeah, I've watched the first 2 episodes and it's just, here's Portugal. Look how nice it is. Go on holiday if you want to lose a child.
I was speaking to someone else that I know and they said that they've missed out quite a lot of the different conspiracy theories and all of that.
Yeah, it just
what I don't get is how and why would you leave a child in the room on their own, right? Even if you're around the corner, right? Leave them in there on their own.
Unlocked.
It's neglect.
Yeah, it is. So why have they not got done for neglect? How have they not got charged with that?
Don't want to say anything, but...
And if you watch the documentary, apparently she runs into the room, sees that Maddie's not there, runs back out, and leaves the other 2 kids in there. Yeah, you know, one of my kids has just gone missing.
Fuck the other kids!
Look, you guys, you can fucking go too.
And then says straight away, they've been taken, not where the fuck's Maddie.
Yeah.
Joffy, if you change the person saying that and did it as Liam Neeson, that would be a solid line to get.
Where the fuck was Liam Neeson in all this?
It's he will find her and she's dead.
Jesus.
But back to Michael Jackson.
We're sidetracked. Why did Netflix not pick up the MGO stuff? I guess they just knew it was big.
HBO.
Yeah.
Same as Game of Thrones and all
They're
of
supposed
that.
to be getting sued for it.
Yeah, $100 million.
Are they actually?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some views though, so what's
It did get some views.
But I think we should play his music on the radio. I don't think it represents him fucking kids if he did fuck kids.
No, I think
there's never going to be a definitive answer.
Exactly.
I think until there's heard evidence,
proof, it's all.
Yeah, you can't just do that. You can't just take his music off the radio.
And what happened to innocent until proven guilty?
Yeah.
It
was proven innocent in court.
Yeah, but now
many times by it, and now for some reason
he's come out as saying he did touch me.
Yeah, but then that's saying he could also be saying that for other reasons.
Yeah, so shouldn't he get done for lying under oath? But when you have been abused, you do suppress things, so it's a weird one to weigh up. But I think we should play his music. It doesn't represent him fucking a kid. We never returned all those millions of dollars Jimmy Savile donated to charities. That wasn't we don't want that money.
Yeah.
It just pisses me off at some radios. Not that I listen to the radio.
Well, they've got rid of the episode, Joe, of The Simpsons. Joe, it's the guy in the mental hospital who thinks he's Michael Jackson and can sing like Michael Jackson.
Really?
They've completely removed it from the catalogues of episodes, so that episode does not exist anymore.
I dislike that.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because if you take that step to go, okay, we'll remove it, you then, everyone who thinks he's done it, or you're giving a documentary power when he hasn't fucking done it.
Do you remember that happening to Hulk Hogan?
When he was
doing all the stuff came out
racist.
And then they completely removed him from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
As if he wasn't even there.
I'm pretty sure he's coming back now to
he's back in it now.
Them, yeah.
They removed him from everything.
Is he back in it now? They kind of...
Yeah, they brought him back.
Yeah. Because you can change. I mean, he didn't fuck a kid, but...
Yeah.
That I know of.
Well, with the thing of that, there's no proof of Mike's cracking up. There's no proof of it. It's like in other cases, for example, lost profits or anything else like that. There's actual official evidence there to then say, yes, this happened.
But at the same time, lost profits, there's still, 4 other musicians who've lost out there.
Yeah, completely.
And they still make good music and have no idea about it.
One of the guitarists does an interiors design company in America now.
Of course.
It's crazy, isn't it?
As you do.
But I thought we'd start on that. Anything else?
Slam right in, icebreaker.
MJ, yeah. Because you're a huge Michael Jackson fan. So
I love Michael Jackson. Right.
What's your thoughts on it?
Sorry guys, just gonna pause this a sec. But this mic's freaking out. It's like
Is it peaking?
it's like buzzing. It's like you know when you can hear.
Do you want to turn down the gain on it?
Yeah.
Wait.
Bring it
Stopped.
in.
It stopped. It
Is
stopped.
that 'cause we're not-
It was like interference with it.
Oh, okay. Phones away. Anyway, sorry about that.
The
Doing it
phone's
again.
from the room.
Bring the gain down. Here's 101 on how to your microphone placement. Enjoy that coffee.
Today's
How we
session
looking?
is sponsored by North Star Roasters of Leeds. Make sure you pick up a batch of their Docks blend.
Just take a listen.
One day.
Oh,
Hold me microphone, love.
how do the other half live?
Talk. Hey.
Is it making the jittery noise or?
No?
Just listen.
Hello.
He's not doing it now.
No.
Alright.
I
No?
think we should be good. If you prefer, we could share a microphone.
Right, I'll tell you if it
As we
starts
don't
doing
have
it
the
again.
most
And if it
amazing
starts
setup.
What do you think, Jon Snow?
Yeah, Matty, we'll share a photo, is looking rather cosy right now as well.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't that right, love?
I'm loving it.
Anyway,
Jon Snow.
Michael
Doing it
Jackson.
again.
Michael Jackson.
Well, isn't that it? Why don't we get people, if people are listening, to send us what they think?
Yeah. Even if you have
give
managed
your
to listen
opinion.
6 minutes in, thank you.
Episode 3.
Yeah. Tell us if you do, because we're wondering what's the point. Not for the podcast, in life. Stop suicide today. Listen to episode 4.
Jesus.
Anyway, Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Matty.
what was you thinking?
I don't know. I don't really believe it, but you can't really like just like completely ignore the claims like that because again, you don't know if they are true or not.
Yeah.
But
And it is
it's just the
weird.
fact that he has been to court with it already. It all got settled and now it's been brought back up again.
Where he can't defend
Yeah.
himself. That's what's annoying.
Yeah, I think that's always going to be an issue with it. And it's going to be one of the things there's never any closure with it.
Yeah.
Because it's one person words against someone else.
Well, let us know.
Let us know. Send us messages. Give us your thoughts and we'll read them out next week.
We probably won't. Anyway. What do we think about Slipknot? Chris Fenn leaving the band.
Fenn's gone.
It's over merchandise apparently.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen that Corey Taylor's now replied to it? Like someone went bit of a dick move or something like
he
that.
tweeted about it saying the truth will be revealed soon. Like
No,
he
there's
always
additional
does.
one now. There's
Oh, is there?
another where he might be able to get it up on his Twitter where he's basically someone has gone, oh, it's a bit of a dick move, you've got rid of him, and he went, well, is it really? So is it not a dick move that someone has thought that you have been taking all this and it's all lies and stuff like that, and then still continue to like go ahead with trying to sue and all of that malark?
What I found was apparently it's Corey and Sean who've set up separate companies to receive merchandise royalties, and the rest of the band haven't received any.
But if that was an issue, then why hasn't like Mick Thompson, Jim Root,
They might do.
Sid?
They might, and Craig, because the Jay and I forget the bassist. Sorry, Matty, I'm forgetting your kind. But yeah, I forget the bassist's name, but they won't get a penny of it anyway, being secondary. No offense to them, they're great players, but
They're essentially session musicians at the current point. They said that last time that they are not like settled permanent members.
yeah, so it could change. So,
But it does make me sad that it's another member of Slipknot that's now not
gone.
from
Yeah,
the original. Well, I say original lineup, but the lineup we know.
I think this should just be the end of them. Like,
There's something up there though because with what happened with Stone Sour as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
wasn't it Jim's choice to leave though? So I didn't follow it that well.
It was a bit partial of both. It kind of worked both ways, where it was kind of like in the end, Jim was like, well, fuck you, because they kind of was like, well, we want to push you over stun, so I mean, think if you want to spend time with Slipknot, then you go do that and don't be part of this.
And then there was the whole Joey situation as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, where he got a disease where he forgot his mobility.
Yeah,
And
but then they
had
thought
to-
it was something else, didn't they? They thought it was just drugs again, which they kind of went,
Yeah.
oh, you need to go then.
But then they just want to continue as Slipknot regardless. They don't want to be put on hold. So I think if we just... Yeah, stop it. I think now that it's going to be so weird. You've got Chris, who was percussionist, backup vocals, and, you know, stage presence
Yeah.
is going to be lost. So Slipknot, if you're looking for a percussionist, I am available.
Or if Chris Venn, you want to actually just say your part on it? Come on in.
Come on down.
Come to Wigan. Come on down.
Fucking hell. What was that?
There's a phone.
Whose phone went off? Supposed to be professionals.
It wasn't me.
Fucking hell.
Do you know what? I think it's me.
Fucking slacker.
You.
It is.
I mean, all heads turn then because we're all called Matthew.
Oh.
Triggered.
Matthew.
Problem. This happened in Trapped in Autumn.
Yeah, we
Matt.
spoke about that on the second
Yeah, we
episode.
did.
If you'd have listened, Matty, you'd know that. Matty hasn't listened to it. Can you believe that?
much.
People don't listen to this anyway, and then the only people who should are in it don't listen to it.
God fucking damn it.
Triggered.
Damn.
Alright, but the next thing I want your opinion on is the horror movies that are coming out for 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's quick fire them. Come on.
You happy about that?
We know what you want to talk about.
Us
Yeah.
by Jordan Peele. Same guy who did Get Out. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
That's saying something for a horror movie.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking good.
Seems like there's more thought points to the horror. Like, we went through like a good decade and a bit of it being crap.
Pants.
Yeah.
And this seems like
Yeah, because all it was like Paranormal Activity reboot, so it was like
jump scares,
yeah.
cheap horror.
But I've realised there's so many horror movies as well at the moment, like The Possession of like Emily Rose and The Exorcism of it. It's like how many bloody like possessions and exorcists like is there like?
How paranormal
Yeah.
does it always have to be?
So I'm glad
Yeah.
we're kind of coming out of that phase now, and people will be like getting a bit more original with the horror movies.
With Jordan Peele's films as well, like Get Out gave me anxiety for the whole film. This seems like a new original idea as well.
Still not seeing it.
Well, that's what we'll watch after Scream.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Get Out was a really good film. Like you said, from like start to finish, you're constantly on edge, aren't you?
Yeah, it just gives you anxiety. I felt like I couldn't sit up. I was just locked there, worried for him.
All right. Okay.
It's so good. And this is Jordan Peele, who is a comedian. He took over The Chappelle Show with... Like, if you YouTube Key and Peele, they're hilarious skits.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's writing horror. It's like Danny McBride as well, who wrote The
that's-
Halloween
Damn McBride.
2018. What the fuck is going on?
When I first saw that Danny McBride was doing these,
Yeah.
was writing with the other guy for Halloween. It was I don't know. I was a bit unsure at first. I was like, a comedian doing a horror.
On a
movie?
complete tangent, the new Motley Crue biopic was coming out next week on Netflix.
Yeah.
Jeff Tremaine directed it.
Yeah.
Jeff fucking Tremaine. How sick is that?
He's a good director, so...
Jackass, man.
It is a fair stretch from Jackass.
Yeah,
I mean.
it definitely is. But I mean, it should be interesting just
It
seeing
looks
him
like he's
doing
done a good
something
job.
that's not Jackass or something like that.
Yeah. Alright, carrying on. We'll move on from Us, because I'm definitely going to go watch that, and we'll probably
Yeah, 100%.
discuss it. Wait, let me filter horror films. I'm on IMDb's coming out soon. Lords of Chaos, which,
So that's about the Norwegian metal bands, yeah.
Oh,
Burning down churches.
Yeah. I'd give it a watch. I mean, I'm not into Norwegian black metal, but I mean,
I've heard bits about
listen
it,
to
but I'm not like...
I'd give it a watch, but I seen the trailer and I don't know. It gave me
Yeah.
a little...
I'm a bit like, it might be just a bit trashy in the end. Like, there's like, it'd be an interesting story. There's tons of stuff coming out. Like, there's a Manson stuff coming out. There's like 3 Manson films coming out.
Yeah, isn't one already out? I was just talking to someone about this. Matt Smith is playing.
Yeah,
Charles
Matt Smith
Manson.
is. There's the Quentin Tarantino one,
Oh shit! Yeah,
which is like started being promoted now with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
which we love serial killers. So
I still need to watch there's the Ted Bundy one, that Zac Efron's.
Yeah.
played
yeah,
Ted
that's
Bundy.
coming out.
That's coming out soon, and it might be picked up by Netflix. Apparently, they've bidded in for it, so I don't know how it's going to end up. Whether it's going to go to cinema first or it's going to go to Netflix.
Well, the Ted Bundy documentary they did on Netflix, that was really, really good.
Mm.
I mean, I've seen a lot, like I was massively into serial killer documentaries, and the stuff on there I didn't even know about Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Like, escaped out of jail twice.
It's a talent.
It is a talent, but it comes with a price.
Here's a better question though. Do you think he actually looks like Zac Efron? I've spoken
Have you
about
seen Zac Efron as Ted Bundy? Like?
Yeah, I have seen it.
Yeah.
I think there's a close...
Massively.
I think it's close.
Yeah.
But I've seen other ones where like they look exactly the same. They don't. Some of them they don't, and other times it's like, oh shit, they actually do.
So you don't think? Do you think Zac Efron will play a good?
I
Ted
think it'll be the
Bundy?
thing that actually gets him out of the comedic era he's done at the minute, where he's done like
With
Bad
Seth
Neighbours and he's
Rogen,
done
yeah.
like Baywatch and stuff like that. This actually might make him into more of a serious actor, which I think is good on him because it means that he's actually got some range.
Well, this is a good one, actually. How about, like, what's our opinions on actors playing real life people? So, for instance, like Freddie Mercury being played by...
Rami, is it?
Yeah.
Or Remy?
Yeah, and then you've got Taron Egerton, or if I'm pronouncing that right, he's doing Elton John soon.
Yeah, well, is that out soon? Yeah.
That's out in summer, I think.
That's another thing. There's been a massive burst of, like music biopics.
Yeah, so we've got the Elton John, we've got Bohemian Rhapsody, we've got Motley Crue on Netflix
Yeah.
soon.
So if you want to watch Oxbloods, tune in soon.
Christ.
Do you want me to go to the next movie?
Yes.
Pet Cemetery.
That's going to be a... I don't know.
It's got John Lithgow in it, hasn't it?
It's just gone to... I don't know, I'll check. It's just gone to South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And everyone says they're getting a Shining vibe from it. Like Stanley Kubrick's The
Ooh.
Shining.
Well, that's another one as
Which
well.
is exciting.
To the Shining.
Yes, John's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason Clarke too.
He's the guy off
It's gonna be
Dexter. He plays
exciting.
the serial killer on Dexter. He's just creepy as he is.
I'm excited for it. Like, the trailer looks a little culty with like all the kids
Yeah.
marching towards the cemetery, but I think it's going to be good. I'm going to skip a bunch of them because a lot of
Speaking
them
of Stephen King, whilst we're having a search.
hit me.
Yeah, boy. It too.
Oh, that's later on in the list. So let's go to that.
Let's discuss that now. I am buzzing for that.
I loved the first one.
The first one was it?
So good. I think of all like remakes, like in comparison to like the Friday the 13th ones, I think the only two have really stood out is the past 2 years, where it's been It and the new Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of my favourites. It's in post-production now. He just plays that clown so well. James McAvoy's in the chapter 2.
Yeah, it's Jessica Chastain,
Bill,
Bill. Oh God, what's his name?
Who plays Pennywise?
Bill-
No.
Oh,
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
Yeah,
That cast is
as
solid.
Richie. Yeah,
I'm hoping it doesn't
It's gonna
go
be
as
so good.
weird as the actual original does. I hope that they do a good second half.
do you think they'll do flashbacks to moments when they were a kid that we might not have seen?
I
Or-
think so, because I've seen pictures of both Jessica Chastain and the girl who plays the younger version
Yeah.
on set in the same place. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some correlation with that or something like that.
Yeah, the kids
do you
are in
mean
it.
like the spider? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the spider and that Pennywise isn't a dude. It's some sort of
That's-
female spider thing. And
No, it's an alien being.
Yeah, and then there's some
Pennywise is
turtle.
like- isn't he supposed to be like the light or something like that?
Yeah, and apparently
Like he,
Pennywise appears in every Stephen King novel without you knowing.
oh,
That's
Yeah.
a nice little Easter egg.
really?
Apparently so.
Oh,
because Pennywise is supposed to be whatever your nightmares are. That's what Pennywise is.
yeah.
So he preys on fear.
Yeah. So that's why he is a spider in that, because that is the fear of one of the guys.
Yeah.
That's why in obviously the new one that came out, it's all sorts of different things.
Well, yeah, that's what it's meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, If Pennywise was in here, what would he be to all of you?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
To me, it'd be a fucking huge wasp. It'd be a massive wasp.
Hate wasps.
Oh, there's a cracking story about him and Wasp when we was in college.
Tell me. Tell
Do you
everyone.
remember this?
No, I don't know which one you got.
But we was in the middle of like the revision lectures before the exams and stuff like that, and there's this dock off wasp that comes in the room, and you literally see him go from one side and go nope, and just sprint, jump over the table, and then go to the opposite side of like the classroom, shut the door, and then peep through the window while this wasp is just in his room.
Yeah, mate, I did like parkour across the classroom. It was a wasp on steads. It was a wasp on steads, like
Just to avoid a wasp. I get it though. What would it be for you, Lon?
You know what this is? Heights.
He'd just be very high.
How would that manifest?
Seth Rogen appears.
Holy shit!
How would that manifest itself?
I don't even know, because that's the only thing I'm really like bothered about. It's not even like that. It's like the fear of falling. So it'd have to be an illusion more than an actual a being.
Yeah.
That'd be
It's
cool
not a
if
being,
Pennywise could do that though.
It doesn't turn into illusion. It turns into a being. So it has to be a being, Matt.
So I don't know what it would be, because it's not like a physical thing that actually freaks me out. It's
See, mine's the same. I hate heights. That's it.
It's not even the fear of heights. I can go on a building and be like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah, but if
if
you're
it's like
falling off
actually
it-
the concept of plummeting off it,
Like when we took you on that roller coaster.
yeah, and we talked about that on episode 2.
And if you listened about it, you'd know.
Asshole.
Yeah, but you've got to have something that you're scared of, like something
Well, then
physical.
we win against Pennywise. Me and Pearson are solid.
Well, to me,
must be
he'd just
something.
stay as a clown because I used to be scared of clowns, but I'm not anymore. So
That would still be freaky. I think
Yeah.
if you saw Pennywise as Pennywise, that's still some
well, that's not
creepy ass.
Pennywise. That's
Well,
the clown.
the clown.
Yeah.
You see
Get it right,
it
Lon.
as Pennywise.
Yeah.
God. That'd still be freaky.
I think when you compare it to the original It, the series,
Yeah.
it's a massive difference and a remake that I was happy was done.
Is the first remake in a while where, like you said, I was
It's been worthwhile.
really happy
Yeah.
with it.
And it's not been done by New Line Cinema.
Holding something against New Line Cinema though.
Only for Elm Street. Only for Elm Street.
Were they the ones that remade it then?
Well, because...
They still have the rights to it.
Yeah, so it worked out. I don't know how it worked, but like New Line got bought or something like that, and it merged the same rights as like Friday the 13th and stuff like that. So obviously they did Freddy versus Jason. That was left alone.
That was like a separate.
Yeah, that was like its own separate
Yeah,
entity.
like
And then
Alien
when they
versus
did Friday the 13th.
The remake.
Yeah, the remake.
Yeah.
And then they did obviously the Elm Street reboot,
Yeah.
and they both did terrible,
Oh, they both flopped.
massively.
Why do you think that is though?
Well,
Because the classic.
It drifted too far away from it. They tried to focus on too much things and tried to make it too much like a modern day, like Paranormal Activity, everything being a jump scare.
Because
there was no.
I didn't go watch them.
Well, there's a reluctance. I watched it and was a bit like, I'm not watching this again. I can't justify getting this as like a DVD or anything because I don't cherish that as a good film, a good rendition of obviously how the Elm Street films are, etc., and all of that. And they're not even apparently not rebooting it now because it's been shelved because it's under the same rights as Annabelle and The Conjuring. So when they've absolutely drained that franchise, they may then jump into the whole Elm Street thing again.
Speaking of which, on the 28th of June this year, we have Annabelle Comes Home.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Another one. It's not needed.
James Wan's not doing it either, is he?
Let me
He's
check.
gone now to Conjuring 3 as well. He's not
don't-
doing Conjuring 3.
I don't think anyone needs another Annabelle movie.
I think he understands, like, you get past a certain
It's
point
been
where...
done.
Yeah, it's been done. Because The Conjuring, again, it was quite original in itself. I love
First
The
one's
Conjuring.
amazing.
Conjuring, sinister as well. That
Sinister's
film
so
was
good.
messed up.
Like
It is
the
such a
first
good film.
Conjuring had the proper like old school like Exorcist vibes, where it was that build up, and there was that build up, and then eventually
Yeah.
there was this big massive third part, which was like, oh my god, they've actually like made a decent build up to it.
That's a film that uses jump scares, but in a way where
Yeah, it's
you don't
clever.
feel ripped off.
Yeah,
James Wan wrote this one with someone else.
right.
He's not directing it though.
Better than you.
No, that's what we do here. If you listen to the second episode, you'd know that.
We're getting ridiculed for this now, aren't we?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I don't expect you to listen to this one. You were here, you were present, but...
Do you know what you're doing later on?
Watching episode 2. Alright. Cheers, mate. Where can you watch that one? Because it's just audio. This is where you plug the podcast.
Son of a bitch.
Where can we listen to the podcast, Lon?
You can listen to all.
They already know where to listen it to.
Yeah, because they're already here. Boom. Plot
Can you
twist.
share and take the piss out of us? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anyway, moving on. What other films we got coming out that I'm looking forward to? I'd mentioned Brightburn, but I don't think I'm classing it as a horror. IMDb is, but...
Well, it's meant to be like loosely based on the idea of like something like Superman would go evil.
Wait, what's Brightburn?
You haven't heard?
Nope.
Have you not heard the tale?
I haven't, sir. No.
Good God.
Come on, Lon, explain Brightburn, because you know more about it than I do.
We better get the campfire lit. Let's tell us a story.
Sitting
Gather
around
round,
this bench.
children.
Ted,
Ted?
grab the fire.
Is this like...
Ted's passed out.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. So Brightburn, from what I've seen, which is very, very little. Thanks, man. Is essentially they've tried to base a character of like when Clark Kent was like younger. It's nothing to do with Superman. It's nothing DC or anything like that. But they're loosely basing it on that character of when he was a kid, and obviously he discovers his powers. And what if he went the other way and it was like he was just an evil kid with powers and shit?
Oh, so it's like a what if?
Yeah.
Well, they did a series of comics on that, like a what if comics, and
Yeah.
based on different, obviously the different characters, and it was basically like a series where it showed you an alternative take on what if this happened instead of the what actually.
You look like you're brewing to say something.
I think I've got one. Is it the
You got
All Star ones? Because they did a series. I've got a DC like Batman All Star. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I bought it off a friend, and it's basically Batman is a dick, and he doesn't like take Dick Grayson under his wing. He kidnaps him, leaves him in the Batcave for days, right? And then rather than like helping him and be there for him, he puts him to work and gets him to paint the whole Batcave yellow. And he asks in the middle of it, why are you getting me to paint the whole Batcave yellow? He says Green Lantern is coming round soon. It's so funny.
Right, here we go. So here's some actual covers, right? So it's Marvel based. So what if Spider-Man had kept his cosmic powers? I just read one before. What if Spider-Man joined the Avengers or Fantastic Four?
That happened for a
Sorry,
moment.
not
That did happen.
The Fantastic Four.
That happened for a moment.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Sorry.
God.
Gosh. Yeah. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? Just different covers like that.
They do look really cool as well.
What
if Spider-Man had 6 arms?
Yeah, had kept his 6 arms.
What do you mean kept?
What
When did
if
he ever
the-
have them?
Oh, that's old school.
What about this one actually? What if the world knew that Daredevil is blind?
Ooh, I like that
Ooh.
one.
I need to start reading these.
When I was a boy.
We'll have we'll catch up with Matty and his what ifs.
Oh, this is one. What if the Hulk had the brain of Bruce Banner?
I like that. And then the
Well,
police
ain't that what
officer
they're
on
going
that
to
comic-
push towards in the new Avengers?
Are they actually?
Yeah, what they're going to do? Dr. Hulk or Professor Hulk, what they call it.
Oh, actually, that's a good thing to talk about, the Avengers, right?
We're a
With the
horror
Hulk-
podcast.
I know, but we're getting sidetracked. We're talking about comics now, so if you want to get going about comics...
Movies.
Let's do it. Go on.
Anyway, right, so the Hulk in the last Avengers,
Yes.
right, he couldn't transform into the Hulk.
Right.
Bruce Banner couldn't turn into the Hulk, could he?
Right. Sorry, Matty. Not my Pearson. Like, I mean, you've not seen
Ruined.
you've not seen this.
Spoilers.
I'm sorry, mate.
It's been a year.
It's been over a year. I should have watched it by now. I deserve this. So, if you're listening, tweet me spoilers to Infinity War, the first one, so I don't have to watch it.
Oh, you're
'Cause
watching it anyway.
I used to be a die-hard Marvel fan.
Yeah,
and for some
what
reason,
happened?
I don't know. I've just given up.
Don't give up. You're near the finish line. You're nearly
I know.
there.
It's like a marathon. What are you Googling? Are you Googling spoilers? But Here we go.
So there was an article that I was reading. So why Bruce Banner can't turn into the Hulk during the Infinity War?
Okay.
I've not read up on it properly.
Is it
I've
bad
literally just seen. I'm going to pause this conversation
Yeah.
just a minute. The person, well, Brightburn was on about, right?
Yes, that's what got us here.
Yeah, it is produced by James Gunn,
Ooh.
as of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And is back on Guardians of the Galaxy.
And it's
as well.
back on Guardians of the Galaxy. And it's written, but I'm assuming, by relatives of James Gunn, Mark Gunn and Brian Gunn.
So it is. Yeah, the more you know.
And it's to create a new genre of superhero horror.
Did you say directed by James Gunn?
No.
I was about to say 'cause
Produced
I've got.
by-
Okay, because it's directed by David Yarovsky.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I butchered that surname. You know, because David's a big fan of this podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
David, if you're listening, we're sorry.
2nd of August, New Mutants. That looks quite good. Ooh, Lund's suspicious.
New Mutants.
I've given up on the whole thing of it being that.
Bit of asthma for everyone.
This podcast is sponsored by Witards.
Beasto.
So we was on about we're going to the massive tangent now. I'll get back to New Mutants in a minute, but the whole
Cheers,
Hulk
love.
thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Well, there's many different apparent thingies behind it to explain.
I think people look into things too much.
Is it like he's impotent and needs a blue pill to turn into the Hulk?
There's loads of different theories around why Bruce Banner couldn't turn into the Hulk when they was fighting and all that during all the fight. I'm not going to spoil too much of it for you, Matt. I feel bad because it's a really
Spoil
good
it.
movie. No, because we're supposed to be talking about horror anyway.
I appreciate
We're going to
that,
talk about Marvel stuff and all that anyway.
Oh
so
yeah.
but it's probably
Oh
gonna
yeah.
happen. Oh yeah.
Anyway, right, whoever's listening, if you're into Marvel and you're actually curious about it, you've not heard about it yet, just Google it, and there's many different theories of why Bruce Banner couldn't turn into the Hulk.
Also, Daredevil season 3, 4 even. But it's just not happening.
It's cancelled, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Cancelled them all. The Punisher.
I can tell you.
So good.
I can tell you. Disney are launching their own streaming service.
But in their contract, it says they can't use them characters for so many years.
Exactly. So get rid of them because they're removing everything Marvel anyway off Netflix to get people to go to Disney.
Yep,
Because Netflix is done.
in the Disneyland.
No, it's done in general. They paid
Go on.
100 million. I think it's 100 million for Friends.
Yeah.
Who'd do that? No one's watching new original stuff. They're watching Friends repeated over and over again. So, this isn't my original idea, by the way. It's a podcast I listen to
Yeah.
on Joe Rogan with Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
He's a comedian from New York, really funny, but he makes a good point. Netflix has so much outgoings, and then they also pay 100 million to license Friends and keep it there for just 1 year, so people.
So
can
it's
watch
only
repeats.
1 year?
Yeah,
Right.
So people can watch repeats over and over again
Yeah.
when they're not watching the new original content that Netflix has invested in. But yet YouTube pays out nothing to produce anything and rakes in a shitload of money, and you can fall down a wormhole on YouTube for a lot longer than you can on Netflix.
Yeah, true.
I guess that's why we're seeing so many Netflix original real life documentary.
But there's some things on Netflix that are worthwhile watching. 100%.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I like that Netflix has given, any filmmaker a chance as long as it's decent.
Yeah, of course.
Because they've been doing a lot of real life documentaries on there recently because they know it's a hit with everyone.
Yeah.
As soon as a new one comes out, everyone's talking about it.
Look at back, full circle. Madeleine McCann.
Yeah.
We all remember when she went missing. She
Yeah.
doesn't.
There's even stories on there that I've never that Dirty John. Never heard that in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, how good is that?
But it's so good.
I've not seen it. Is it good?
Watch it.
Oh, what about? So what was that one called now? Where the girl gets abducted in plain sight.
Yeah.
What was that about?
That is.
How is that
fucked
real?
up. Oh, have you
Nice
seen
and
that
heavy
one?
stuff.
Have you seen it?
I've seen bits of it.
You know what's fucked up? I'm not just gonna abduct this girl and make her marry me, but I'm gonna get the dad to jack me off and sleep with the mum as well. Spoiler alert, people. That's fucked
How does that
up.
happen?
That's master manipulation.
That's just messed up, man.
just to hold it over your head.
But yeah, Netflix is just churning out all these documentaries like this. But it's actually successful for them, so no wonder they're still going with it.
How did you maintain conversation there? You said there's an awkward silence. Like, but yeah, that's what.
You just gotta keep going, haven't you?
I think it's going to be interesting to see what Netflix do.
Yeah.
Because that comparison is a strong comparison.
Well, there's got lots to compete with now. You've got the stuff on Prime. Like, I mean, if you've not got Amazon Prime, I mean, there's the Jack Ryan series that they did, which was solid.
With Jim from The Office.
Yeah. Which is the dude. They've got all of that material on there. You've got all of the different series that you're not going to get on Netflix on there.
On Amazon, there's a really good one called The Man in the High Castle, is it?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be...
Is it good?
I don't know. So I've heard.
Well, that, and then obviously there's Mr.
American
Robot,
Gods,
which was...
Mr. Robot.
Mr. American Gods is weird, man. If you've ever seen an episode, it's the most confusing stuff you'll ever see.
I've never watched American Gods. Matt, how close do you want to get this mic to my face?
I'm just a good boom operator. If you don't know, me and Matty are sharing a mic because one of ours packed in. It'll get better soon, though. If you listen to episode 4,
I promise.
we probably won't.
Maybe.
Probably get to episode 8 and sizzle out. But if you're listening to episode 10, have a go at me.
Look at us now.
Next film, we're getting a Zombieland 2, and for some reason it's under horror. Which, yeah, I can take.
I can take that.
I'm excited.
When did the original come out now?
2007, I'm going to go with.
I think 9 because the...
Is it?
I think so because she posted it as a 10-year challenge.
Yeah, that was it, wasn't
That's
it?
how they announced it.
They're doing
2009.
9.
What a film that was, though.
That was a good film.
It's so good. Alright, that's enough about that because we know it's going to be good. But they're making an Addams Family.
Are
And
they?
It's under horror.
Oh.
It's animated though.
Oh.
Expected 25th of October, yeah. Disappointed in that.
it's by the same makers of what's it called now?
Is it Spider-Verse?
Stein thing.
No, what's it called now?
Who's in it?
Oscar Isaac, Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh, so it's actually a decent cast.
What's the
Yeah.
comedy called with the yellow people
Whoa. The Simpsons.
with one eye?
Futurama.
Yellow people with one eye. Have they got 2 eyes?
We've had no drugs or alcohol. Matty's sipping, what is it, raspberry hot chocolate?
Raspberry Ripple with hot
You
chocolate.
bastard. Tell me.
I need to know what it's called.
I don't.
It's just,
the
uh,
only yellow thing that we can talk about is the
And it's got that
Simpsons.
it's got that bald angry guy in it with the pointy nose.
Big Lies Show. You fucking drugger.
No, but that is really good though. If you
You
haven't
might-
seen the Big Light Show, watch the Big Light Show.
Say pop.
What is it called?
Say corn.
I don't know.
Say popcorn.
Despicable Me. Despicable Me, that's the one. Yes.
What is it?
Despicable Me. It looks like he's
Not
the same
even
people who do
yellow?
that.
The
Yellow.
yellow people.
They're not yellow.
Are they not?
Yeah, they
No.
are.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Minions are yellow.
Oh, the minions are yellow.
That's what he's on about. There's been a minion.
Pointed at that.
There's a minion pointing at us this whole time. Not
It's a
like a
mug.
real one, a mug. Oh. Fucking hell.
The
Anyway,
yellow things.
The one I'm excited about, 31st of October, there is a film coming out called Doctor Sleep. What do you
Oh.
think that could be, Lon? Because it's not loading.
Oh, well, I'm just going to wait for it to load.
No. You tell me what you think it could be.
Something.
Because Matty knows, don't you?
Doctor Sleep.
Doctor Sleep. It's not about sleeping tablets.
No, Doctor Sleep, no.
Doctor.
Apparently, it is a years following the events of The Shining, and now adult Dan Torrance meets a young girl with similar powers
Oh.
as he tries to protect her from a cult known as True Knots, who prey on children with powers to remain immortal.
That sounds good.
I'm just excited for Shining references.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Ewan McGregor's in it.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Spinning back
So-
to Ewan McGregor, obviously he's in the new Harley Quinn film, Birds of Prey spin-off as the villain.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, he's playing Black Mask. Which would be pretty cool.
Okay.
But then also because James Gunn's doing Suicide Squad again, but they're not doing a Suicide Squad 2.
Okay.
They're doing it as a reboot of that.
What? Do you want to comment on that?
So we completely
Is that
ignore
real?
the
Are we
Jared.
actually doing
Yeah,
that?
legit. So it's like a reboot of Suicide Squad again with Idris Elba playing Deadshot instead of Will Smith.
Oh my god.
I mean, I like Idris Elba, but
I like Idris Elba.
There's one thing I'm really looking forward to with Jared Leto, because I've been collecting the comics recently.
Morbius. See, I've not followed it that much.
Morbius is going to be so Morbius was like one of the first. Well, it was a villain. Stop putting this mic in my face. I showed him my mouth. Just put it in my mouth. Gone. Oh.
we'll edit that. I apologise.
Right.
Luckily, we have a limiter.
So Morbius was a.
I just want you in my ear. That's all.
Right.
Whisper.
Okay, this is just getting. It's getting out.
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Right. Yeah, so Morbius was an enemy of Spider-Man in the early Spider-Man comics, and then he got his own run of comics. Obviously, a bit later on, so in the 90s, they did a whole Morbius run.
Right.
But yeah, Jared Leto's took on the role of that now, and that should be coming out later this year. Morbius is basically like a vampire.
Yeah, I'm excited for
Well,
it.
it's going to be in the same vein as all the Venom stuff, isn't it? Because it's in the Sony universe of Marvel characters, is what it's actually called.
Referenced in Blade? Morbius.
Yeah, well, basically, so the Midnight Suns are like a collection of characters, including Blade, Ghost Rider.
So Ghost Rider's already been used in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's already been used. Obviously, Morbius is part of the Midnight Suns, so if Morbius does well, they never know, they might end up doing a Midnight Suns film, which would be insane. Because they brought Ghost Rider back, and they were supposed to.
Well, Ghost Rider's already back. He did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in season 4 or something like that, so they've already used it.
Yeah.
So that rights has already gone to Marvel TV universe, because it's two separate things, isn't it? Because they don't get along for some reason.
I have no idea. It's hard to keep up.
Innit?
But that'd be cool to see anyway, like, depending on how well Morbius does.
Yeah.
If they end up
It could
coming
go
out with
either
the
one way or
Midnight Suns.
another.
I think the Midnight Suns would work really, really well as a TV series. Under the right, so if Netflix did the Midnight Suns, if they did it as well as they've done Daredevil,
Yeah.
that would be a really good series to watch.
Well, all the Marvel TV stuff was weird because it was underwritten by ABC, the TV network in America.
Yeah.
So they kind of produced it, and then it was distributed through Netflix. Netflix pretty much had no say in it, like as such. Like they had some sort of idea of what obviously we were doing, and it would be pitched and all of that, and then Netflix would renew it. But then it was then done through ABC, and then they had like their own separate universe in comparison to like the ABC network, where you've got all that stuff there.
It's just insane.
And then you've got all the
There's too many
Fox
different
TV stuff, which is now going because the Fox stuff is then going to the Marvel Universe stuff, and
My
it's
head hurts.
Yeah.
so much.
But Marvel had to go bankrupt in the 90s, you dicks.
Yeah, damn you.
Anyway, changing the subject and wrapping it up. And then early 3rd of January 2020, we're getting a Grudge movie.
No. Again?
Yeah, Grudge.
Why another Grudge film?
Why not, Matty? I don't know. I don't really care.
Why did they do this? Well, if they do it well, that's okay, because it has been a while.
Wait, what was the last Grudge film they did?
You know what, right?
Was it?
Must have been early 2000s.
Wait, no, last
What is
Grudge
the
film.
difference between the Grudge and the Woman from the Ring? Apart from the way they manifested,
That's what I was thinking.
what is the difference? They both look the same,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
and they both pretty much do the same thing, don't they? Apart from the fact that obviously the Ring manifests from the videotape if you watch it.
Yeah,
And what does the Grudge manifest from? Is that just a spirit
I think so.
that's already there?
Well, isn't there a Chinese version of it, or Japanese?
Well,
and then there's the...
Fuck.
What?
I'm pretty sure Japanese. I don't know. Give us hate if we're wrong. Assuming.
Well, there was a trend of actually doing like a remake, like an American version of like other country horror films. So, like for example, there was Quarantine and there was Wreck.
Yeah, but wasn't.
Quarantine and Wreck. So Wreck was a Spanish horror,
Yeah,
and Quarantine was the British version of that.
American.
No, it was the British.
Was it?
Yeah, Quarantine was I think it was the British version of Wreck.
Oh wow.
But I prefer Wreck over it any day. Like even though you got subtitles on that, Wreck is an amazing horror film.
We were walking through HMV the other day, and if you don't know, HMV is a shop. They sell music, DVDs.
There's not going to be many of them
Blu-rays.
left.
Yeah, so if you listen to this in 6 months,
Yep. Let us know.
Yeah, it's a myth of a shop. But we were looking at all the horrors, and you picked up Wreck, didn't you?
Yeah. Just the whole story. It's basically like based on zombies, but it's a different take on zombies. So it's like it's all based
How
within.
many takes can you get on zombies?
Well, it's not. It doesn't give you the initial like, holy fuck, there's zombies in this movie and everyone's running around and getting bitten by zombies and stuff. It's more of a like, they're all trapped within this apartment building, and there's like a disease that's breaking out between everyone that turns people into these zombies, but. It's weird because they're like zombie demons. It's really weird, and then just the actual climax at the end is insane when they're trying to figure out where this disease has come from, and then there's this weird like being that's upstairs.
Is Wreck one of the next films we'll watch?
Honestly, you've got to see.
I've seen Wreck.
I've not seen Wreck.
You ever seen Wreck?
No, we might watch it on the podcast.
So good.
That was nice.
That was a good.
So happy to
That was a good one.
I'm looking forward to it though. Horror wise this year. 3 from Hell.
Is that coming out this year?
I think it's this year.
Ooh.
Which one's this one?
We're in 2019, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
I'm pretty sure it's coming out this year.
Do you want to tell?
It's in post production now.
It is coming out this year. I'm excited for that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know me, I love my Rob Zombie horror films. Just the fact that we get a sequel to The Devil's Rejects.
It's gonna be good.
I really want to see Dr. Satan in it again. That's what a character that was.
Nice.
I'll have to watch them all back to back.
Have you seen The Devil's Rejects?
Of course, I've seen The Devil's
Parents'
Rejects.
Guide.
Man.
Sex and nudity, severe. Violence and gore, severe. Profanity, severe.
It's a zombie film. Like if there is extreme violence and gore in a zombie film, if that isn't in one, then there's because you all saw Halloween remake.
Yeah, we did.
That was brutal.
So good, and we're gonna.
You have a different take on this though, because obviously them films got a lot of shit, but you see it as you.
So Halloween's like my favourite movie of all time.
Just to warn people, and this is the first you're going to hear about this. There's going to be about a 5 or 6 hour podcast on Halloween.
Okay, cool.
Do you know what? I'm not going to talk about it because I will go off on a tangent. And
let's just hold back on that.
Just wait for the Halloween one. It'll be worth it. Right, wrapping this up. I asked you both the questions separately, and now I'm going to ask you together. Underrated and overrated horror movie.
Don't do this
again.
Why
You've got
this again? Why?
Matty, you never answered.
I did.
You didn't give me your
Underrated.
overrated.
I did give you the overrated.
You did?
Oh yeah, you did.
Matt.
It was me.
Say about it.
It was. I said overrated, but I didn't say underrated.
That's it. I knew we were waiting on one.
Say underrated ones.
Underrated. Let's go.
To be honest with you, I'd say the zombie films because they don't get nearly enough. They're more of a cult following horror film. Like, obviously, they don't get the exposure as most horror films do in the cinemas. Obviously, probably because of the violence and everything that's in the films. But like a film like The Devil's Rejects, that's so original. That all the characters are original.
There's something about zombie films that I hate, and I don't know why. I really don't know why.
As in, like Rob Zombie films.
Oh, I thought you meant zombies.
No.
Okay.
I mean Robert.
Right, okay. Zombie.
Yeah. Robert Zombies.
Yeah, that's his full name, Robert.
Bobby.
Bobby Zombie.
It's Bobby Zombie.
Bobby Zombie.
I'm gonna say my underrated because me being the hardcore Kruger fan, I'm gonna say The New Nightmare.
As in The New Nightmare, like the film The New Nightmare. You like that one?
I love that one.
It's an interesting film, and it like.
I'd say that I'll put that second in all of them.
Yeah.
As one of the best ones. Yeah.
Over Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Shit.
Robert Barthel Cummings.
How fucking disappointing is that name? I'm sorry. Rob Zombie's such a cool guy, but
we're sorry, Rob.
No wonder he changed it.
Chris was saying that Rob Zombie looks like Ted.
I see that.
Rob Zombie looks like Ted.
Ted.
Ted?
We'll do a side by side.
Oh, he's awoken.
Hey, pal.
Ted.
Oh, you're alright, mate. Hello.
He is a talented guy, though, Rob Zombie.
What first about
He
Ted
make
then?
Killer horror films, as well as making like amazing albums at the same time.
How fun was that when we watched him live?
Yeah, and the fact that he incorporates both of them, obviously within his music and within his live shows, the horror and the music. Like, what more do you want?
It's something I really like about Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, and Manson.
Yeah. It's just that shock horror like music genre, because I know Alice Cooper, when he started back in the 70s, like everyone was like hating on him.
Out.
Yeah.
Manson's just finished the recording of his 11th album.
I just saw that.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of his last album? Did you listen to much of it?
Bits.
I think there's a few solid tracks on there.
I like.
When we saw him at Download, I wasn't like amazed
When
by
we
it.
saw him at Download, he was fucked.
Isn't he always fucked?
Oh yeah,
though?
he's always
He's
fucked when he
always
plays live. But it was surprising when he came out with the cover of "Cry Little Sister," you know, the theme from Lost Boys.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on Spotify now, you know.
Yeah, it's good. So you need to hear it. But yeah, it
Looking straight on it.
surprised everyone with that live, and it was so good.
Stop going on a tangent. What's your underrated horror film?
I just said.
I don't listen, sorry.
Well, you know, if you'd listen to...
And it comes back, right?
Mine was the Rob Zombie films.
Oh shit, yeah. Sorry, it's because you
There
never
we go.
specified an exact film.
I mean, like I said...
I feel it doesn't count.
Yeah, they have a
So
massive
you mean in
cult
Devil's
following.
Reject then?
Yeah, like I said, they have a massive cult following, so they get the recognition there, like they should, but I mean, within... You know what I mean? They don't get put into cinemas or anything like that. Not as many people know about it.
Cool. Are we happy?
I feel like within like horror these days in cinema, people just go to watch a horror film to, you know what I mean, just for the jump scare. It's kind of like music, right? So you got pop music these days. It's generic. People listen to it because it's easy to listen to. You see you see a trailer to a new horror film on TV. It looks a bit jumpy. It's like, oh, do you want to go on Saturday night and go watch this horror film? You know what I mean? There's no watching.
But I think because people depend on that, there's a lack of quality in the actual genre of horror films. Like, I mean, you do every once in a while get a decent horror film where it's like, that's actually a well thought film. But the majority of the time it's trash. Like it has been for the past, like, well, don't get me wrong, like, since horror films have always started, I imagine there's always been like a decent fraction of being shitty in comparison to good horror films.
But they know it sells. That's why it keeps happening, because people just see them on TV. They're like, oh, it looks scary. There's a few jump scares in there. We'll go watch it. But there isn't actually a solid storyline behind it.
Well, I think that's why Halloween did so well. I'm going to keep this to minimal, because obviously you can keep discussing this like on a different episode. But like, obviously that's done well because of the connotation that came with that character, and obviously they know what to expect with that.
Yeah.
And obviously everything they brought back to bring related to the classic original film.
Yeah.
So that they kind of clung on that, but there's more thought to it rather than it being like, this is another Exorcist film. But it's not really the Exorcist film. It's just another alternative version of it.
Yeah. Which is why I'm happy they brought John Carpenter back in for that Halloween.
Yeah.
Because they brought the stuff back for the fans, so the fans of the film saw the little bits within that film.
Yeah, there's the nice references.
References. But it also was a refreshing film for like the kind of newer fans of Halloween to kind of get like introduced to it.
There's questions I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to wait until we actually do like a full episode dedicated to it.
Yeah, it'll be... What we're going to do is... I'm not going to tell you, and you're going to have to watch or listen to the episode when you can. I was going to say what we're going to do, but we may as well leave it.
So what's your underrated horror film?
Not Terrifier. All Hallows Eve.
Terrifier is good though.
Terrifier is good, but I really like All Hallows Eve.
That's fair.
And then overrated was Paranormal Activity.
Fuck that.
It's...
Are they
awful.
done? Are they dead? Is it
hope
dead?
so.
Is it dead?
Is it dead?
We're dead when I kicked it.
Didn't do out. Devil.
We Gucci.
Yeah, man.
That's it, innit?
I think we're G to G.
Right, thanks for listening to this.
Check us out on all of our socials and wherever you can find us.
Which is probably just Twitter and Instagram, an Earful podcast.
If you've got this far, thank you very much for listening.
Let us know what you are listening on.
Give us your thoughts, give us your opinions. What should we cover? Tell us what your underrated film is, and we can then discuss that. And then we can take it
And
on to the next
spoil
episodes.
Infinity War for me.
Yeah, just send spoilers to Matt.
Please do.
Throw them.
Thanks.
All of them.